Welcome to a brand new episode of Johnson's Court. Today I'm super excited to bring you a special episode. My man Beagle right here just graduated from Ball State University. Congratulations, Mr. Beagle.
Thank you, man. It was a lot to get off my chest. A big moment. Happy to live that moment and just, finally close another chapter here at Ball State, man.
Yes, sir. Now he will join the Ball State alumni group, and so we're excited to bring him in and show him what the alumni life is like. I'm just kidding, guys.
Asking for donations.
But yes, we are. I'll drop my Venmo down below. Just kidding. But yeah, this man just graduated today. So a super milestone in his life. He's been with me since freshman year of college. Since the start, we go way back CSL. So just excited to see big moves happening in our lives. He's moving. I just recently moved. So
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you. Like you said, we're moving on into the next chapter of our lives, and we're just excited to share with all you guys and ourselves. So now time into the good stuff. We're going to talk about the NFL 2022 season. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty stuff, and we're going to talk about, we're even going to make an early playoff prediction of who we think is going to make it, because there are a lot of off-season moves this season. But let's just get straight into it. So, Beagle, I'm going to ask you, which division in football is the best? I'm going to rank them 1 through 8. We have a list in front of us here of what the NFL experts have ranked them. But I want to see if you agree. I'm going to write them down just to see, where we disagree and who we have, just where we're at. Yeah. So, with the first best division, I should say, is the AFC West. Now, do you agree with that?
They had it right on the dot this time, man. It's hard. It's weird to say because this division got a little weaker when they lost Tyreek Hill. Because this division was just strong to begin with the Chargers going and get Khalil Mack, the Broncos going and getting Russell Wilson,
yep,
and Devontae Adams coming to the Raiders. It's a no-brainer. This is definitely going to be the most interesting division this year.
Would you have it as the best division?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to agree with that as well. Just all the points that you named, they just got better with the Kansas City Chiefs losing Tyreek Hill. Yes, that takes away from their fastest player, but I guess they got Jarvis Landry, Juju Smith-Schuster in return for that wide receiver. But this division should be the best division. Do you think all 4 of those teams can make the playoffs potentially?
Is that even possible where all 4 teams can make it in? I mean, I know they added that extra slot, so I guess it could possibly.
Maybe.
At least 3 of these teams are definitely going to make the playoffs.
All right. At number 2, we have the AFC North. And then third, we have the NFC West. And then at 4th, we have the AFC East. And then we have 5th at the AFC North. And then 6th is the NFC East. 7th is the AFC South. And then the 8th is the NFC South. So with that being said, at number 2, would you agree with the AFC North being the second division?
Ooh.
Or would you switch that with the NFC West division?
I've been looking at that and pondering it for a little bit. Yes, you got the Super Bowl runner-ups and the Bengals. You can never count Lamar Jackson. And then who knows what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson on the Browns.
True.
They got Amari Cooper. And then the Steelers just are, you never know.
Like kind of in rebuild mode a little bit with quarterback-wise.
Yeah,
They do have a good defense, so, I guess maybe that's why they probably have them up there at number 2.
I don't know if they should have been second, but I definitely can see top 5. Maybe top 3.
Okay.
My number 2, I think I'm just going to go with the NFC West.
NFC West?
Yeah, I think I'd flip-flop those 2 and 3.
I think I have to agree with you there, just because you don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson in the Browns. And then, like I said, the Steelers are able to stay in that category because of their defense, so I'm going to switch them as well. But then when you look at the NFC West, the Rams, who were in the Super Bowl as well.
Champs.
Champs, yes. The 49ers, who still have Jimmy G. They were still really good. They went further than we thought in the playoffs last year. And then the Seattle Seahawks, I think that's the weakest team in that division, so kind of like the Steelers as well. But then Kyle Murray just signed a 5-year extension worth $230 million and $160 million guaranteed. So maybe that was the right move for the Cardinals to do. With all that being said, I think you flip-flop them as well, or they could stay the same, but we're flip-flopping. Yes. So right now 1 and 2 is the same. Now what about number 3? Okay, so we flip-flop 2 and 3. So now we got to go to 4, the AFC East.
Ooh. I feel like that's a great. I know a lot of people have trashed on this division in the past, but this, especially with
because
the
the Patriots were
Dolphins,
so
Dolphins
strong.
gotten so good. Patriots haven't lost a step despite losing Tom Brady, and I don't know. Some I've heard some people say the Jets might be halfway decent. this year.
Decent. They might
So-
win 4 games.
instead of 2.
Yeah.
But I feel like this 4 spot's a great spot for them. The Bills, they're possible. So they had the game of the year versus the Chiefs.
Yep.
Where they, if they win, they might have a chance to get the Super Bowl. So
Mhm.
there's, and you can't count out the Patriots. So there's definitely playoff teams in there in this division.
So do you keep them at number 4?
Yes, I'm keeping
All right.
that forward.
I'm going to keep them at number 4 as well. I was looking at the division right below that, which is the AFC North. With the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings, the Bears and the Lions. No, I think the Green Bay, they're still going to be playoff contenders with Aaron Rodgers. I think the Minnesota Vikings can be. Pat McAfee actually has the Minnesota Vikings making the playoffs this year. I saw on his podcast. So maybe there's something there in the waters, I don't know, developing. But I think, the Bears are on their way, becoming great again. But then, Lions are just a trash organization as of right now. So I understand having them number 5 and just where they're at. I mean, do you keep them at number 5 as well?
No, I'm going to flip-flop them with the NFC East. Now, the NFC East, I think, is going to be an exciting division to watch this year. I know they've been clowned on in the past. But the Eagles, I think they're a team that watch this year, going getting A.J. Brown. And they got someone else big, too. It's slipping mine right now. But Terry McLaurin on Washington's tough. Shaquan Barkley's going to be coming back.
Yep.
And, the Cowboys did lose Amari Cooper, but I feel like that just opens up the game more for they use Ezekiel Elliott more. When the Cowboys are winning is when they're using Zeke. So I feel like, take one weapon away from Dak, so they're not using him as much. But I would flip-flop those 2 divisions.
I actually have to agree with you. I wasn't looking too far down to realize that. But I think I agree with that, too. I think some people wanted to keep the AFC North where it is. But I think you just switch them because they just have more potential. I mean, I would say, the worst team in that division is New York Giants. Like you said, Barkley's coming back. We'll see what happens there. The Commanders got Carson Wentz from the Colts. The Eagles, they're looking pretty promising. And then, like you said, the Cowboys are America's team, I guess. But, still looking promising there as well. So, I would have to flip-flop those as well. No, NFC. Sorry, guys, I'm writing all this down. So then we have the 7th division and the 8th division. The 7th division is the AFC South and then the NFC South. Do you keep these where they are?
No, I flip-flop them again. I feel like the AFC South is the worst division in football right now. The Texans are just bad. The Jags, they're so discombobulated with their coach in the club. And, they had to get rid of him, so they got new coaching stuff. Like I said, Derrick Henry's great. Matty Ice just went to the Colts. But other than that, I don't think, the Colts have just been a carousel of quarterbacks recently, so we'll just have to see what old man Matt can do. But it's just other than, like, Derrick Henry and, Matt Ryan, like, there's not a lot of
You got Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, yeah, that's right, Jonathan Taylor. But other than those 3 people, there's not a lot of studs in this division.
No. Darius Leonard on defense for the Colts. But, no, I mean, you're right. There's not really too much to say with the AFC South. Like you said, the Jags just need to figure out their head coaching and kind of just turn that franchise around. The Texans are just garbage right now. I would say they probably are the worst team in the NFL right now. But then you talk about, the NFC South. Obviously the Buccaneers are still
Tom
good with Tom Brady. A lot of players are still returning from that team as well. I think the Saints are promising. I think the Saints can make the playoffs this year. I kind of like what they're doing, especially with Jameis Winston getting his eye surgery and not going to throw 30 for 30. Or was it 50 for 50?
30.
30, okay, 30 for 30. It sounded like that ESPN 30 for 30, so I wasn't sure. Getting a little mixed up there.
The Saints going to get Jarvis Landry, too, and then Michael Thomas should be coming back. And then the Panthers getting Baker Mayfield, so we have a nice little quarterback competition between him and Sam Darnold. I have to ask you, who do you think, if you're the Panthers, who do you want as your quarterback, Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield?
So, me personally, I was a Baker Mayfield when he got drafted. He was my favorite quarterback coming out of that draft, but he just didn't play well with the Browns, didn't mesh too well. Kind of, how like Johnny Manziel, like everyone thought, oh, he's our next promising quarterback. just didn't
I
happen.
feel like Manziel was just trash to begin with. He
True,
almost was a
true.
Jamarcus Russell. Dude. Like,
Yeah.
like he took it a little bit more serious, but like it just seemed like he was just so
He was just
caught in
having
the party
fun.
life, and just,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
a college kid got a lot of money, got
True.
paid, and you know he
Just fell off.
pretty much.
So I personally think that maybe they should have a 2 quarterback system going into this season. Not necessarily do you have to start Baker Mayfield every game. Not necessarily do you have to start Sam Darnold every game. Kind of like the Saints did with Drew Brees and then Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
You know, yes, those quarterbacks can play 2 different play styles. But, you know, I think, you know, just kind of depends, you know, maybe there will be a point in the season for the Panthers where, like, okay, we're sticking with Baker for the rest of the season, or we're sticking with Sam Darnold. But I think it's going to take them halfway during the season to figure out which one they really want. So me personally, I'm kind of a Baker fan. I think this is a fresh new start for him. So I'm going with Baker. But I mean, do you think Sam Darnold still deserves that spot, or does Baker have to prove that he should?
I still think they should give it to. I feel like the Browns did Baker a little dirty, but you know, at the end of this, I was a supporter of him when he came into the league, like you. But you know, it's a new fresh start. They got a good wide receiver in DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey should be coming back, but I feel like you have to look in the summer, see how they compare in training camp. Maybe go 2-3 weeks, look, and then right before I trade deadline, I feel like you got to trade one of them because they're both like, you know, you could get something out of either one of them if you trade them. So I feel like you trade Darnold to get a couple more pieces on offense or defense, or,
Well, do you
or
know
vice versa.
the Browns what they traded for Baker Mayfield? For pocket change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did him dirty.
Yeah. So I just think that, you know, it's a fresh start, and maybe he'll work better in this system. Just like we talk about the NBA, it's a system. If you don't play with the right system, then you're never going to develop into a player that you're going to develop. But if you develop under the right players, then oh my God, you're going to skyrocket. So
that's what made Tom Brady so great. He thrived in the system.
He did. All right, guys. So this is our best division from 1st to number 8. Mine is AFC West, the NFC West, AFC North, AFC East, NFC East, NFC North, AFC South, and NFC South. When you say it like that so fast, I feel like I'm not even talking words. Beagle has the AFC West, the NFC West, the AFC North, the AFC East, the NFC East, the AFC North. So, and then we differ on the last 2 spots. He's got the NFC South and the AFC South. But you know, what do you guys think below? You know, do you think the AFC West is the best division, or is there a different division that is just better than it? We'll see. You know, it'll all depend on, you know, how everything plays out, and if, you know, people stay healthy and things like that, because that's the biggest thing. You know, if your QB gets hurt, like if Patty Mahomes got hurt, oh, the Chiefs are screwed.
Right.
So
injuries are, you know,
part of the game.
Tough part of the game, man.
Absolutely. So now, I did want to talk about this just a little bit. I did bring it up, but Kyle Murray signed a 5-year extension with the Arizona Cardinals, worth $230 million, but $160 million guaranteed. Beagle, how do you feel about this? I know that they were in contract talks, you know, earlier in the year. He deleted everything off his Instagram, doing stuff like that. Do you think the Arizona Cardinals signing Kyle Murray is a money move, or do you think that this is going to hurt them in the long run?
I mean, they had to secure him. He's such a generational talent for them, and arguably probably one of the better quarterbacks they've ever had. And like, you know, you just need to have him on your team now. The amount, man, when you showed me that number, that's a paycheck right there.
It is.
I know a lot less is guaranteed than what like it is, but I feel it is worth it. Now they might struggle when it comes to like signing other pieces to help them, but like if they can keep D-Hop there and AJ Green, you know, if they can maybe take some pay cuts and stick around, I feel like it'll be worth it. We'll just have to look and see how they hold up on the defensive end.
Very true. Because, you know, you can't have a great offense without a great defense. But I think he did deserve this money because they started off 10-0. They were the hottest team in the NFL, and then they just lost like the last 5 or 6 games.
They just fell.
Just kind of really hurt them.
I think Kyle Murray had COVID though.
He might have had some injuries to him as well, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But you know, to start off 10-0, and, you know, to be the hottest team, I think the only difference is they just need to figure it out towards the end of the season, because that's what playoff time is all about. It doesn't matter if it's an NHL, it's basketball, or if it's football. You have to get hot at the right time. And they did get hot, but they then fell off.
Yes.
So you got to keep that consistency with that if you're going to sign them to this big deal. That being said, we're going to get into our final segment. The last piece of the NFL 22 season. We're going to talk about the playoffs.
Playoffs.
The playoffs, man.
Talk about playoffs.
So we're going to see who can make 1 through 7. Keeping that in mind, 1 through 4 has to be a team from each division. And then 5, 6, and 7 can be other teams from that same division. Just so we don't get ourselves off track here and then get confused.
Are we doing AFC and NFC? Or is this just the top 7 teams that we think are going to make the playoffs?
So, I'm glad you said that because I didn't write it down correctly. So we'll do the AFC and then we'll do the NFC.
AFC first? All right, cool.
Yeah, we got to go with the AFC first just because I feel like, the NFC is just still a little top tier. Just a little bit. So go ahead and give me your, it doesn't have to be necessarily in order, but your 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
Making from each division.
Let me look through these teams real quick. All right, guaranteed, give me the Chiefs.
All right. So there's that division.
Give me the Chargers, too. I mean, I don't think they'll be on the 4th spot, but they're going to make the playoffs.
All right. I'll put them at number 5 for you.
Bengals.
All right, we got the Bengals. Going back to the playoffs.
Bills.
All right, and what's your last team for the AFC South?
Oof.
Give you the Tennessee Titans, or are you going with the Colts?
I'm trying to decide between the Titans and the Colts.
And Matty Ice now, so
yeah, but like they don't have the strongest. Like I know Pittman's all right, but like
I mean he's getting there. He's just not the answer yet.
I mean they're in the same situation. Their wide receiver courts kind of took a poop.
Yep.
And they both have great running backs. So Colts have a little bit better defense. Give me the. I feel like the Colts. This is the year the Colts push.
All right.
Matty Ice is. I will say is an upgrade from Carson Wentz.
Let's do this thing. All right, and now 6 and 7. Any 2 teams from the AFC. Any 2 teams.
Did I say Dolphins?
You did not say the Dolphins.
Yes, give me the Dolphins.
All right.
I'm looking at the Patriots and I'm looking at the Ravens.
Oh, 100%. One of those 2 teams have to make it in.
But you can't. But the Broncos too. I feel like because the Broncos got some good. They got some studs at the wide receiver
They
position.
do. And then you put Russell with that package.
Man, this is a toughie right here.
You only got one spot. And you got like 3 teams, but you got to pick one.
I'm gonna risk. Give me the Broncos. I think Russell
Broncos,
Wilson takes his team to the playoffs.
I like that a lot. So Beagle has the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills, the Colts, being the division winners. Then he's got the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Broncos. I like that actually. I like that 7 AFC. Let's see how true I can be to that.
What you think?
I think the Chiefs for sure. I mean, you just can't cut them out the way Patty knows how to play. Give me the Bengals as well. I like Joe Burrow. I like the Bengals. I'm a Bengals fan. You got to go with the Bills the way that they played last year, having the best game of the year.
Getting Von Miller too.
And getting Von Miller. Like you said,
experience.
the Tennessee Titans and the Colts, I got to go with Matty Ice and the Colts. I can't underdog the Colts there. No, 5, 6, and 7.
There's a lot. Like AFC's pretty competitive this year, so there's a lot of different combinations.
As much as I don't like Bill Belichick, you got to give me the Patriots.
Yeah, it was a hard one for me.
I mean, Mac Jones is, I feel like, going to develop as a real good quarterback.
He's already made some great strides.
At number 6, oh man. Oh no, it's like I want to put the Dolphins in there, but I just don't know. But I love the Ravens. The way Lamar Jackson knows how to play. You got to give me the Chargers. I got to go with the Chargers.
Chargers are going to be scary this year.
Exactly.
Out my word, they're going to be scary.
Number 7, like you said, I like the Broncos. I'm not a Raiders fan, but adding Devontae Adams, you can't count them out. No,
Him
sir.
and Derek Carr will be a good combination. And then you got Waller, too. They have a good passing attack.
Lamar Jackson, the Dolphins. Oh, man. I like what the Dolphins can do with adding Tyreek Hill as well. Tua can be good this year. You got to give me the Raiders.
Going with the Raiders.
Going
Going with the black and silver.
the black and silver. All right. Big bets this year. Hey, I might, go on FanDuel after this and be like, hey, this is my team to make it. I'm not, why not?
I wonder what the odds would be if we type this in.
True. But we're going to find out after this. Don't worry. Now let's talk about the NFC. I'll go first.
Hit it.
You gotta say it, Tampa Bay.
Yes.
You gotta say Green Bay. Gotta say the Rams. Gotta say the Rams. I mean, basically, they're bringing everybody back that they had last year.
But they lose Von Miller. That's it.
Von Miller, yeah, I think Von Miller's the only one they lost.
They went and got Allen Robinson.
Yep.
OBJ hasn't been signed to anybody, which is pretty shocking.
I think he'll resign. I don't. Yeah.
Ooh, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, OBJ.
They have Robert Woods. He tore his ACL last year.
Oh my god.
So I mean, that's an amazing receiving core. At number 4, I feel like, man, the NFC East, that's going to be a tough division. I think it's going to be between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Give me the Eagles, baby. Give me the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
At number 5, give me the Saints. Give me the Saints. I have high hopes for them.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
At number 6, give me, should I go 49ers or should I go the Cardinals? Give me the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals. I think they have a bounce back here. And then give me the 49ers or the Minnesota Vikings. Got to give me the 49ers. Got to give me the 49ers.
Smart choice.
All right, Beagle. That's my
All
pick.
right.
Now, what you got?
All right, well, I think the Rams will be number 1 just because you said they brought almost everybody important back.
Basically.
Buccaneers, I feel like will be number 2, although they lost Gronkowski.
Yep.
Yeah. Number 3, give me the Eagles. I feel like they're gonna be great this year.
All right. Love that.
And then let's see the NFC North.
I know you don't want to say.
I don't want to say the Packers, but the Vikings are always a threat, but they just never pull it off.
Say the Vikings,
season.
man.
I don't want. You know what? Just to spite Aaron Rodgers, I'll say it. The Vikings.
All right.
I'll say it.
He's gonna say it.
I just said it.
He's gonna say it. All right. Who you got at number 5, 6, and 7?
All right. Ooh.
Here we go. Wild cards.
Thinking. Man, I want to say the 49ers, but like their quarterback situation, we don't know what they're. I feel like if they stick with Jimmy G, they might not make it. So for now, we are going to go with the Packers. Packers.
Number 5.
I did like that Saints option you said. I feel like they will put it together. Give me the Saints.
Right.
I don't know what Alvin Kamara's status is with.
True.
Is he still in jail?
Kamara?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Let's see.
Do you want to cross them out? Because you got one more spot left.
Actually, yeah. Cross them out and give me the Cardinals.
Get the Cardinals.
Give me the Cards. House of Cards.
Now you got one team left. You're going to put the 49ers up there? You're going to put the Cowboys up there?
I'm stuck between the 49ers and the Cowboys.
Or do you put the Panthers up there?
No.
No? Oh, no. He said not this
Shut
year.
down.
It's a hard choice, though.
It is a hard choice. Give me the Cowboys, just because they're a very balanced team.
Very balanced
Give me the
team.
boys.
All right. So Beagles got the Rams, the Bucks, the Eagles, the Vikings, the Packers, the Cards, and the Cowboys. While I've got Tampa Bay, Green Bay, the Rams, the Eagles, the Saints, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. So where we differ is I've got the 49ers. You've got the Cowboys. I've got the Saints.
And I took the Vikings instead of the Saints.
Yeah, and the Saints and the Vikings, yeah, because we both have the Packers. So there you go. And then we differ on the AFC with the Raiders and the Broncos and the Dolphins and the Patriots. There we go. This is going to be an exciting season.
I'm excited. I'm just ready for the NFL to be back, man. I know the Hall of Fame game's coming up here soon.
Yep, yes
which
it
means
is.
the preseason's right around the corner.
I know training camp is starting right now. So, I mean, just getting that underway just means that I think there's like 40-some days.
It's under 50, I know
50?
that.
Okay. So that means bright futures ahead because then the NBA starts, about, I think, week 5 or week 6 or something like that.
Yes.
when the NFL season starts. So the NBA is going to be fun to watch as well.
Woo.
But yeah, that's the NFL, our preseason predictions of what division is the best and who's going to make the playoffs. Now we did this assuming everyone stays healthy. But we know that's not always the case.
Never is the
But
case.
we just have to at least assume because injuries could, really affect this. And then a team that, the Raiders can make it in instead. The Raiders can make it in, and then say the Chargers, somebody gets hurt, someone else can make it in, like the Dolphins, like you had.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But that is a wrap on this podcast, the Johnson's Court in Muncie, Indiana. This is the final podcast from Muncie, Indiana, here at Ball State University. I'm out of here. Beagle's out of here.
Wow, man, it's crazy, dude. Ending of a chapter.
Ending of a chapter. This man's going out to Pennsylvania. I'm going to Noblesville. So I'll be out there. Still in Indiana. He'll be out in a different state.
We'll still hop onto podcast via Zoom.
We sure will. And then, I'll have to hop out there and get a
Always
podcast out there. He'll have to, once he comes back, get a podcast
You
up here
already know.
again. So, we might be long distance away, but, we're, in here.
Still day one.
Day one. So that's it, Beagle.
Brother. It's always been a pleasure, dude.